Hey folks, this is Mike from Techaholica, and today I want to show off my Twitch interface. Now, I've been following various Twitch streamers for a while now, and I realized that in order to be a really good streamer, you need to do one of three things. You either need to be really good at the game you're playing, or you need to have a great personality, or you need to be really good looking. Now myself, I am none of these things, and so what I did instead is I stuck to my strength, which is programming and coding, and I basically try to make a really fun little interface that anyone who comes to my stream can have a good time. Now, one of the cool things that I do is I have the ability to kind of comment on my gameplay. So if I do something good, I'll bring up a little picture of Success Kid, or if I do something bad, you get something different, right? So I can bring up various little icons or pictures on my screen depending on what's going on, and just basically a fun way to add a little commentary on top of my stream. And I actually call this scripts that put this together. I call it Tekka commentary because I have to make Tekka for everything I do, right? But it's kind of a fun thing to do. And also on top of that is that I can have the users do something very similar. So you guys can type in commands, and also push out pictures onto the stream. So I'll show that in a second here. And I call this as Tekka cheer because you have the ability to cheer me, to boo me, or to love me, right? So you can do various different commands, and they bring up different icons on the stream. And the cool thing is that, you know, say if 5 people all typed in cheer at the same time, then you would have the cheer icon or picture would stay up there for 5 seconds before coming down. So it's kind of fun to, you know, several people can do it at the same time. It'll stay up there longer than the other ones. It's just basically your way to kind of directly have input onto the stream. And the last thing I put together was something I call Tekka Mud. And a mud is a multi-user dungeon. And back when I first started programming, and I was like making stupid little programs in a TI-83 calculator or my dad's Tandy 1000, I made little RPG games. And they're basically just text-based games where you just type in, look around, do this, do that. And then later on in life I found out about MUDs, and MUDs are basically RPGs, text-based, but they're multiple users and they all interact with each other. And so I kind of made a very small version of that in my chat. And what you do in here is that the idea is that instead of going to dungeons and rooms, you go into different bars and you're buying drinks and food and playing games. You're going to casinos and gambling, and you're dancing on a dance floor and other stuff like that, right? So there's going to be an entirely different video where I talk about what I'm calling it Drunken Legends. It's basically the bars and stuff you interact with a game in the chat. I'm going to do an entirely different video on that. But just so you're aware, that's what's going on in the chat window right now. You can see that there's someone in there called Tekka Drunk. And Tekka Drunk is actually a bot that I made. So he is a bot who's playing the Drunken Legends game. And he's there just to interact with the bar that he's in. He buys drinks and dances and says random crap. And also, you can notice at the bottom of the screen, there's the drinks and drunk, and then the picture of me, an 8-bit picture of me. And what that is, that's Tekka Drunk. So as he buys more drinks and gets more drunk, you're going to see those counters go up until he ultimately drinks himself to death, and then he respawns and starts all over again. And also kind of cool is that you'll see the picture change too. So as the player gets more, Tekka Drunk gets more drunk, the picture changes to more and more drunk versions of himself. So I try to kind of, you know, mimic the Wolfenstein 3D HUD, and you know, Photoshop is not my thing, so I did the best I could. But I think it kind of came out kind of cool. I think it's also something really fun that I don't think a lot of other people are doing. So that's it, guys. That's basically just a really quick demo of my interface. I'm hoping to start streaming soon, and if you guys are casual players, you want to just hang out and have a drink with me, feel free to stop on by and say hi. See you guys later.